Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to discuss a concept which, if you don't understand, you will never be able to get rich and you will always stay poor. Now, if you don't want to stay poor and you do want to get rich eventually, then I highly encourage you to listen carefully to this video and to this concept that I'm about to explain in this video. Before we start, I would ask you to gently tap that like button for the YouTube algorithm and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here I talk primarily about e-commerce, digital marketing, how to make money online, and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So what is this concept that I'm talking about? And to explain it, I would like to give you an example of my recent encounter with this girl here in St. Petersburg, Russia. So I met this girl and she does stretching, okay? So she's been doing stretching her whole life. She's really good. She's really flexible, okay? And she decided to turn that passion of hers into work, right? So she decided to monetize it, to make money from it. And so the way she decides to monetize her passion is launch a stretching studio, right? Offline. So what she does is she creates an Instagram account. It's all beautiful. It's really nice. And then she finds a place in the city and she rents it out, right? She agrees with a lady that she will rent it out. What she does then is she starts to tell, on her Instagram page, everywhere around to her friends, TikTok, whatever, that she has launched this stretching studio and now she is open for, training people, right? Basically. And she's doing really, really well. It's really small scale, but she's doing really well. She has 4 people who bought like memberships basically for 8 or 10 trainings or something. And then she has a lot more people having like trial trainings as well. She's doing great, okay? Although she's charging too little for her time, she will probably increase the prices later on as she feels more confident. So she's doing a great thing and she's making money. She is, doing what she likes and she is helping other people. So overall, the concept is great, okay? But there is one small thing that is going to limit her and that will not enable her easily to turn this into a proper business that will make her money on autopilot while she is sleeping, okay? Because think about it this way. If she continues to do it the way she is doing it now, she will have to, in order to make more money, right? That's the ultimate goal, for example. She will need to either work more hours or she will need to increase the pay for each hour, okay? So let's say that she starts by increasing the pay for her hour and then she maxes it out, right? Like there is no way she can go any further. She works, she has a really kind of high rate in the market, right? Let's say other people are charging $10 an hour and she's charging, I don't know, $50 even, although that's really hypothetical, but let's say she's charging 5 times more than the average kind of market, right? And obviously that's a lot more expensive. There's going to be probably less people trying to work with her, right? But she decides that she wants to really value her time, so she does 5 times the market price for one of her hour, and then she cannot go above that. So what she does then is she starts working more hours, right? And let's assume that she has just an unlimited amount of people wanting to work with her, right? And so she starts working 4 hours, 8 hours, maybe 10 hours, right? But you still need to sleep 8 hours. You still need to have some time for, your social life. So let's say she maxes out and she works 10, 12 hours a day, right? And that's it. This is your limit. That's your cap. You cannot work more hours and you have maxed out how much you're charging per hour. And that, once you get to that point, that is the maximum maximum amount of money that you can earn, okay? And that is the problem with an offline business where you actually need to be present to deliver the service, okay? You are limited by the number of hours you have in a day. And this is the concept that I want you to understand. The difference between the people who make money on autopilot while they sleep and the people who make money selling their time is the difference between, I don't want to say rich and poor people, but I want to say people who have the freedom and who don't have the freedom, okay, if that makes sense. So what is the opposite of that? Okay. And the opposite of that is to create something which is going to be available for sale 24/7. There's going to be no opening times. It's going to be able to sell while you're sleeping, and it will not require you to be there physically or even like digitally, right? And so what I'm talking about here is a pre-recorded content, right, put into a course and being sold as a like an online course on how you can learn how to stretch better. Okay, let's say for example that she goes ahead and she rents the same studio, right? She creates a curriculum on how to better stretch. Sorry about the dog, by the way. She creates a curriculum, right? She rents a studio. She rents a couple of cameras, some lighting, right? And then she spends a whole month creating that course, recording videos, right? Recording content, doing the voiceovers, editing them, just creating really nice, beautiful content, a course, right? From A to Z, basically, from the moment you can't stretch at all to the moment you can, do splits, for example, right? So she's teaching you that. And then what you need to learn is to how to actually launch a course. So that's the hard part, right? Being able to actually teach people how to stretch is just one piece of the puzzle, right? And that's why kind of offline is slightly easier, right? But the payoff is different than from online. Whether in online, you need to create that, but besides that, you also need to learn how to sell it, how to publish it online to make it available for sale, right? So, but, once you learn that, the payoff is incredible. Well, it can be incredible. No one is guaranteeing you that it's going to be incredible, but it can be, right? And so, once you launch that course, it's available for people to purchase from all over the world 24/7, right? Throughout the whole year, 365. And, you don't need to record any more content. Once it's done, it's done. Obviously, you can update the course with new content, but you don't actually need to deliver every single time someone wants to practice with you. Okay. The second thing is that someone can buy the course while you're sleeping from a different part of the world as well. So while you're sleeping, someone is buying your course and they're giving you money, basically. So, and the biggest key, the biggest kind of turnkey here, not turnkey, but the biggest difference here is that the offline is not scalable, right? And the online is scalable, okay? And by that, I mean, here we've talked about it. You can either max out how much you charge for an hour, or you can max out how many hours you do, right? And on the second thing here, you don't need to max anything out. All you got to do is just find a way to sell your course online, right? You create it once and it's just there in the loop, selling and selling and selling. And you don't need to do any more work, right? The only work you're doing actually is driving traffic, right? Maybe you're starting a YouTube channel. Maybe you start your own, maybe you're buying ads on YouTube, for example, or Facebook or whatever, right? So that is something that I want you to understand. And this is the difference between the people who, get the freedom they want. They build something that is working for them, right? And then the opposite of that is they are working they're working for something else, right? Something can either work for you or you can work for something else. So I highly encourage you to understand this and think for yourself how you can apply this for yourself, okay? Maybe you are doing code, right? And maybe you can put a course together on how to learn how to code, okay? Maybe you are really good at some kind of body exercise, fitness or stretching or yoga. One of the best examples for me is a channel called Breathe and Flow. They are a couple who does yoga, and they used to do like offline classes, and they still do them, right? No one is telling you that you can't do them, but first off, their prices are like out of proportionally big, And they have a YouTube channel with over 300,000 subs. They have a Patreon. They have different programs. And they do these retreats where people pay them like a minimum of $2,000 just to spend a week with them practicing yoga, right? That's for one spot. That's the cheapest price and so forth. So you can see how like building an online presence, having a course is going to be much more beneficial for you. It's going to require you to learn many more skills than just yoga or just stretching. But once you do, your value increases a lot because, having an online presence increases your value, right? And if it increases your value, now you can charge a lot more for these offline classes. Plus, you also have like an online course or some kind of Patreon where people can support you, give you money while you're sleeping, while you're not working. Okay. So yeah, this was my little take, and I just want to share this with you. I really hope you liked this. If you did, please make sure to gently tap that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And on this note, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.